Good morning team, welcome back to the channel to another lay-by because I've done it again. My new motorcycle. This is a 2004 Suzuki SV1000 naked, and as you can see, what an absolute honey. This is my favourite view from the rear. Look at that, twin exhaust, twin Remus exhaust. Fresh rubber, Meltzer Road Tex Z6s. Isn't she a beauty? I don't really want to stand here and talk about it, so we'll get on the road and we'll have a little chit chat about it and show you what this absolute rocket is like. Ignition on. Sound check. Jesus wept. Oh, let's calm it down. Yes, so 2004 Suzuki SV1000. A bit of an impromptu purchase. Wasn't on my radar. I was kind of looking for a winter bike, and then mixing the garage up a little bit, and then through one scenario or another I've ended up with this little piss missile, and that is exactly what it is. It is an absolute weapon of a bike. It just makes for such effortless riding. There's so much low down torque. Oh my god, this thing is so nice. See, now if I was to do that on any of my other bikes, maybe not the Harley, because that's obviously run by diesel and a tractor engine, but if I was to do that on the Versys, for instance, I'd have been up and down through the box, changing gear left, right and centre. This one, no such drama is needed. Oh my god, it just gets you out of any situation of being stuck behind any form of traffic. Now, I've ridden bigger bikes. I've ridden 1000ccs, 1290s, not a huge amount, but I have. This is very, very different. It's maybe not as refined as the more modern stuff, which is going to be because it's a 21-year-old bike, but compared to some of the modern stuff I've driven, the gearbox on this is so smooth, the clutch is unbelievably easy to use, the power delivery is pretty much instant. To a few of my OG subscribers, you'll know that I've got a 650 SV. It's currently not on the road, it is nearly there. And this, other than it being a little bit heavier, rides very, very similar. The frame, I think geometry wise, is pretty much the same, just a bit bigger. But the actual way it rides and handles, it's very similar. Goes around corners like it's on rails. I think that's mainly due to the standard steering dampener they put on these bikes. A lot of people moan about them, and I can see why. At high speeds, cornering and playing, it's fine because it feels very stable and secure. Low speeds, it almost feels like it's sticking. They're just a little bit too much. But apparently if you change them for like an Öhlins one, which you can get online for not a lot of money, changes the bike completely. And I do notice at low speeds, it does feel very sticky. Almost very heavy on the front end. But to be honest with you, you don't really want to be riding this bike at low speeds that often, because again, when you're up in the rev ranges, the fueling and everything is absolutely sublime. Anything below 3000 revs, the fueling is very hit and miss. It's very it's very coffee, very snatchy, but it's not the end of the world. It's not terrible. I've ridden worse, put it that way. I don't know about you guys, but I think the styling of this bike, even though it's a 2004 model, is absolutely bang on for even today's standards. I think it looks insane, and with this one, it's been well looked after. It's in incredible condition. It just needs a little bit of tarting up here or there. Nothing crazy. If you didn't want to do the bits that it needs, it would still be a fantastic bike. I'm just a little bit OCD, so I will be doing minor tweaks to it, but nothing crazy. It's very analog. Obviously you've got a digital speedo, trip computer and stuff. There's no driver modes, there's no driver aids. It is pure mechanical, you and the tyres and an engine. I've owned this bike for a little under a week, getting used to it, finding out its quirks, finding out its riding habits, its way it handles, and so far there are very few negatives. Alright, let's dispatch of some of these peasants in cars. It's just effortless to get up to sort of motorway speeds. The pull this thing has through the gears is insane. It's had all of the main bits done before I bought it, chain and sprocket sets. I've just put new tyres on it. It's been serviced, it's been looked after. It's from a local dealer down the road, so everything is a win-win. Sixth gear, cruising at 62 mile an hour, 4,000 revs. It is as smooth as butter. So nice. This is without doubt my best purchase I've ever made of any car or bike. It's unbelievable. I absolutely love it. And like I said, it was quite an impromptu purchase. It wasn't really on my radar. You know, one thing led to another, situation arose, and here we are. With a absolute piss missile of a bike. As I shall now demonstrate, with a little bit of dual carriageway tomfoolery. Ooh, second gear pull. I got to be careful on this road. They like to sit there with the old pew 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 speed guns. But that, for instance, second gear pull up to legal limits, obviously, within seconds. It is an absolute monster. Like I said, I think it's about 125 bhp on paper, about 103 newton meters of torque. So she isn't no slouch, put it that way. And I think even in today's standards, it would probably nail quite a few bikes. Oh my god, it's so good. Sounds so good. I just can't get over. Oh, little pop. I can't get over how well this thing pulls. Oh my lord. God's truth, this thing is ridiculous. Fuel consumption, fuel range, we won't go into that. We don't buy this bike to worry about how many miles you're going to get to a tank. But for anyone who is interested, it says about 150. I think they're lying. The fuel light comes on at about 110 and you supposedly get 30-ish miles to the reserve. Not sure I quite believe that, but you know. Oh my lord. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Oh Christ. And that's the main reason you don't really worry about the fuel consumption, because all you're doing is that. Oh, straight bit. Jesus Christ. Oh, my heart. Honestly, this bike sounds so good. Oh, squirrel in the road. Squirrel! Oh, honestly guys, I am so happy with this bike. Go this way, because I need to go to Halfords. This is now, without doubt, my number one bike. So much so that I actually got on the Versys the other day after riding this and hated every minute of it. My Harley insurance runs out next month and I don't really want to use it in the winter, so I think this is going to become the main bike on the channel. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a good buy? Do you think it's a nice bike? Bringing a bit of nostalgia back to the channel. I won't tell you how much I paid for it, but it was quite an insignificant amount of money, which is what makes it even better. Oh, the slow manoeuvring. I'm gonna have to change that steering damper, aren't I? Look, it's very sticky. Makes you look like you're a incompetent rider, which I'm not. I'm a very accomplished rider. Thank you very much. Oh, let's park her right here in the middle. Well, there we have it, team. My new SV1000. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Right, I'm gonna go buy some bits. I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao for now.